Welcome to the following special sports presentation. You are listening to the Solano College Sports Network, SCSN, bringing you all the exciting sports action in Solano County.
Hey, this is our house and we came to play. So let's go Solano and take the game away. Come on, so let me hear you wild out and make some sound. Yeah, for your Falcons, take them down. Hey, this is our house.
Well, good evening, folks. You are checking out Solano College Sports Network. I am Zach Poff, here with JT Blaze, a.k.a. Jake Poff, here to bring you some Solano College men's basketball. And tonight, they welcome in the Mendocino Eagles, who come in 8-6 overall and 2-1 in the BVC this year. Now, getting back to the Falcons, they're 6-8 this year. Their best start since the 2004-05 season, when they ended up 7-7 in conference and 15-11 overall. A big game for the Falcons here tonight because they're 1-2 in the BVC and they don't want to fall too far behind. Now, looking over to Solano, two players to keep a close eye on for Solano. Number 10, Laquan Gomes, the 6-foot sophomore, is averaging 9.2 points per game this year and shooting nearly 50% from the floor. And he led Solano in scoring in their 76-74 W against the Napa Valley Storm on Tuesday with 18 points. Also, another guy to keep a close eye on for the Falcons is the freshman from Fairfield High, number 32, Corey Duran. He's averaging 8.5 points per game this year, 4.5 rebounds, and shooting nearly 60% from the floor. And he had a huge second-half surge in that win against Napa on Tuesday, scored 12 of his 16 points in the second half to edge off Napa by 2. Now, looking over to Mendocino real quick, there is one guy that the Falcons need to contain, and my boy Jake Poff will touch on that in keys to the game. Kevin Charles, the sophomore, is averaging 20 points per game this year, averaging over 7 rebounds, 2 steals, and nearly 1.5 blocks per game. He leads Mendocino in points, rebounds, steals, and blocks this year. He's getting us Royce White on, the former rookie from Iowa State, who led his team in all 5 categories last season. It'll be important for Solano to contain him. Now with that, let me send it over to Jake Poff for keys to today's game.
Well, my partner pretty much touched on everything I think that's going to be a key to the game. Defensively, we need to start with Solano because that's what's going to be big. You touched on it. If we look at the court right now, the Jedi, number 21, the guy with the hood on there, this kid is strong with the force, and he can bring it. When he's averaging over 20 points a game, usually shooting 47% from the field, he is deadly. And don't forget, a 3-point marksman shooting 40% on the year. If he puts up numbers like this in their 8 wins that he's won for Mendocino, Solano's going to be in trouble. If they can hold him under 20 points, use the double team correctly, I think Solano has a good chance to win. Offensively, you also touched on it, Zach. I think the biggest thing for Solano is get the big man going. Solano is not that good of a 3-point shooting team this year. They need to get the big man, Corey Duran, going. If they can feed the beast inside, it's going to open up things for Solano. And let's not forget, this Solano team, when they play together, and their team, the 7 players, they at least average 6.5 points per game. Guys like Mike Stockton and other guys, if they can get involved, it should be a good game for Solano.
And as Jake mentioned earlier, it's going to be important for Solano to contain number 21, Kevin Charles. That's the biggest key for Solano if they want to even up their BVC record at 2-2. And we're almost set for opening tip-off, folks. And we are set for the opening tip-off. Once again, you're checking out Zach Poff here with Jake Poff, Solano College Sports Network. So what do the Falcons need to do to get their second win in a row here?
Well, like we talked about earlier, biggest key for them, and we've got to start with the defensive side of the ball. You got to contain number 21. This guy is a beast. If you can cage the beast, you have a good shot of winning this game tonight.
There's Laquan Gomes, the sophomore out of Fairfield, the rock in his hands. Setting up the offense. Mike Stockton sets the screen, pops out. Trying to work it inside. Kicks it over to Keys. Duran has it inside. Stockton, straightaway 3. Swish.
Great basketball. Nice job going inside, right back out. A nice open look for Mr. 33, Mike Stockton.
And that was like some old Stan Van Gundy basketball with the Magic. Work it inside to Dwight Howard, get the defenders to contain, kick it out, wide open 3-point attempt. And Mike Stockton, the kid's got a nice stroke, been struggling shooting this year, but a good sign for the Falcons knocking down their first 3. Aaron James stops and pops from just inside the 3-point line. Nothing but net for the freshman out of Hartsville High School out in South Carolina.
Did a great job coming off the screen, had an open look and buried it.
Jacob Keys throws it away, trying to get it to Mike Stockton. Excellent defense by Kevin Charles. And I got a feeling we're going to be calling this kid's name a lot, averaging 20.5 points per game this year out of Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, good defense by number 5, Jacoby Williams, on that play. Kind of held Stockton back a little bit, and that made the turnover happen.
Charles takes it. Duran with a nice shot block. Hits that one out of bounds with 20 on the shot clock. Falcons up by 1, 3-2 here early.
Yeah, that first possession was good for Solano. They want to definitely keep trying to work it in and out each possession. They should get some good looks. They can keep that up.
Jacoby Williams passed it out to Aaron James. Aaron James knocked down the first bucket. Cesar Mendoza works it inside. Easy lane for Jesse Williams, the sophomore center out of Ukiah High.
Good cut by Jesse Williams, going right under the hoop. Got a good look, a good feed, and finished the hoop.
Jacob Keys goes strong, finishes at the rim, right around Kevin Charles.
Nice job. Did a little bit of a pump fake, got a nice win around the defender, and got the easy layup. Good move.
Charles stops and pops outside the elbow, can't get it to drop. Keys grabs the rebound. Falcons coming down the other way, pushing it. Keys coast to coast, loses control. Stolen by Mendoza. Alley-oop. And Kevin Charles could not make the easy bunny. And getting a little physical there with Laquan Gomes and number 23, Aaron James. But everything's good, and the ref is going to call a technical, I believe, on Laquan Gomes. And things got a little chippy here for Solano the last couple of games. Tuesday against Napa, and also the previous Bay Valley Conference game against Yuba.
Yeah, that was a classic case of the first guy that initiates the contact gets the other guy
John Nagel
upset.
had a little chat with Laquan Gomes. Take it easy, dude. Don't go Carmelo Anthony on him now, all right?
Well, if you watch the play, Aaron James actually started the contact, even glared at him and said something. Ref didn't see that. Laquan Gomes said something back, and of course, Gomes is the one who ends up getting the technical.
Let's just hope Gomes doesn't have any personal conversations like Kevin Garnett did with Carmelo Anthony. You don't want to tick off any people here, right?
Yeah, well, the difference here, there won't be a bunch of cops holding back, so you probably actually would get a fight.
So 5-4 early. Falcons up by 1, 17:53 left here. First half, this is a big game for both teams as only 18 teams make the playoffs in Northern California. So there's probably going to be only 2 teams out of the BVC that make it this year, and that's maybe just 2. And I'm going to already shoe in Yuba. Yuba will win the BVC for the 6th straight season this year. So you don't want to fall behind early here in the BVC. So a big game for the Falcons at 1-2. Gomes inside, gets a shot rejected by Kevin Charles. Leads the team in blocks this year, averaging 1.3.
Was a good play, but it looked like the ball hit the backboard first. Not sure if the rule's the same as the NBA, but it should have been goaltending.
It is the exact same rule. Charles, short.
Nice defense so far on Gomes. They're making him take jumpers, and they're contested.
Quan Gomes. Givens, wide open 3. Can't get it to drop. Duran grabbed the rebound. Didn't even look like there was any contact, but this one is going the other way.
Unless he pushed him before the ball went off the hoop, but it looked like he just went up with 2 hands, grabbed the board, and you heard the whistle after that.
And
Not sure about that call.
Corey Duran, I feel, is the most important player for the Solano Falcons. He's an Energizer Bunny, one of the only post threats that the Falcons have on their team. So it'll be very important for Corey Duran to stay out of foul trouble tonight.
Definitely a big factor, and if they can get him going inside, it's going to open things up for the other Solano
Jesse
players.
Williams out of control, and it's going to be an and one as Jacob Keys got there a little late. Feet were not set, but usually you see that one go the other way, but the refs decide to give him the and one.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Keys was inside the protect. What's that thing called again?
Restricted
area. I was going to call it the protector zone. I don't know where it came up with that term. Anyway, the restricted area. I think Keys was on the line, so it was a good call. Too bad we don't have instant replay. Then we could, make the corrections.
Maybe one day for Solano College Sports Network.
Maybe
we'll get the instant replay here, baby.
If you people keep tuning in, we'll get enough fun.
So the 6'5" sophomore converts a 3-point play. Mendocino up by 2, 7-5. Mendocino 8-6 overall this year. Nice crossover by Keys off the glass, and Jacob Keys with 4 early points here.
Keys is doing a good job using the pump fake to make the defender go up and then going around him for the easy layup. Really nice move so far by him.
Nice take inside by number 33, Nate Henry, who just checked in, replacing Aaron James.
That was a bad play defensively by Gomes. He should have come over and used the help D, but instead watch him get the uncontested layup.
Mendocino up 9-7. Once again, you're checking out Solano College Sports Network. James Givens has it, kicks it out to 22. Jamari Moss, who just checked in. Givens, nice bounce pass. Duran inside, can't get it to drop. No foul called on Jesse Williams.
That's a tough break. That was a really good pass by Givens. Nice bounce pass inside, but you got to finish.
Jacoby Williams kicks it out. Mendoza loses control. Jamari Moss comes up with it, gets it over to James Givens. Nice pass inside. Keys with the pump fake, goes up strong. No foul, gets the bucket.
This is a good sign. When Givens can get the ball and get fast break opportunities, he's going to create some things for Solano and get easy buckets for his teammates.
So we're all knotted up, 9-9, nearly 5 minutes in here, first half. Jesse Williams throws it away. Stockton with the pick. 3-on-2 break for the Falcons. Givens stops. Reset. Givens, wide open three from the wing. Count it.
Givens being a huge factor in this game so far, not only scoring but also passing. If he can distribute the ball and control the pace of the game like this, Solano's going to be in for a good night.
And Givens, the only player on the Falcons that has a three-point shooting percentage over 30, 44% for the sophomore, James Givens. Nate Henry has it, gets it over to Cesar Mendoza, answers back to trifecta, knocks it down.
That was good passing along the arc by Mendocino. It got Cesar an open look, and he buried it. Nice rotation on the shot also.
Cesar Mendoza, second leading scorer. Jacob Keys takes it all the way for the easy lay-in, and Keys with 8 of the 14 points here early on.
This is a really solid effort by the Solano team as a whole. Different guys are all attacking and putting pressure on the Mendocino defense, and they're having success scoring.
Mendoza kicks it out. Kevin Charles dishes out in the corner. Going to get a reach-in foul on Jamari Moss. So the 13th foul on Solano. So a lot of subs coming in for the Falcons. Mike McKinney checks in for the first time. I didn't recognize him. Looks like McKinney's got a new haircut. He's been playing pretty well here the last couple of games, and he's been struggling since he started playing here at Solano. And he's a guy, an Energizer Bunny, that can really get on track for the Falcons. Daniel Badger out of Rodriguez also checks in for Solano. And Tim Moore also in for the first time with the alley-oop to Kevin Charles. Throws it down with two hands.
And those are the type of buckets you don't want to give up to Charles, because once a player like him sees the ball go in the hoop, you can be in for a scary night.
And tonight we're probably watching the best player in the Bay Valley Conference in Kevin Charles.
The kid's got ups. I mean, he dunked that pretty easy.
Out of Metropolitan High School out in Brooklyn, New York. James Givens might have got away with the travel. We're going to get a kick ball on Charles.
Yeah, that was the first bad decision we've seen by Givens tonight. Tried to throw it into the post, but 3 different guys were in the key. Want to move the ball a little bit before you throw a pass like that. Make the defenders move before you try and force the issue.
Moss throws it away. Stolen. Jacoby Williams coming down the other way. Henry has it. Nice bounce pass. Mike Morrill had it. The one guy you don't want to leave open, folks. Charles can't knock down the 3. Nice rebound inside by Henry. Gets hit on the elbow. Count it.
Nice play by number 34, Mike Merrill. Just had inside position. No one put a body on him. It was the easy putback, and then you foul and makes it even worse. Oh, excuse me, number 33, Nate Henry.
And that's just a matter of the Falcons getting lazy underneath. Got to find a body and throw some elbows on them. Henry can't convert the 3-point play, so Mendocino up by 2, 16-14. 13 and a half minutes to go here at the Falcons Gymnasium.
At least Jamari Moss boxed out on the inbound, so at least they didn't get the 3-point play, or worse.
Mike McKinney, a guy that can really score quick, pulls up for 3, knocks it in. Hand down, man down, as Cesar Mendoza did not get his hand up, and McKinney had an easy look.
I think he heard you. Was in rhythm right when you said it. Hey, I might as well shoot it. I'm open, and he buried it.
I get right every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's very, very rare. I did have the Redskins making the Super Bowl. That didn't work out too well. Alley-oop again, and this one a little out. Too far behind Charles. Falcons come the other way. James Givens stops and pops from 10. Long. Kevin Charles has it, one-on-one. Fakes the 3, takes it inside, and can't get the easy one to drop. Moss gets it over to Tim Moore. He goes coast to coast with the right hand. Can't get it to drop. Loose ball. And Mendocino comes up with it. There is a foul called down low and going against Solano.
Tough break for number 50, Tim Moore. Had the right idea, took it up strong. I think he went up with his right hand, though. Should have gone up with the left hand. May have been
We
a
got to
little
watch
bit
out for
easier.
our cameraman over here. He's zooming in on that bald spot a little too much. That ref doesn't want to watch this film. I didn't know Manu Ginobili became a ref. So 17-16, Falcons on top here. 12 and a half to go. Once again, you're checking out Zach Poff here with Jake Poff, a.k.a. JT Blaze. Williams kicks it out. 3. Mendoza rattles around and drops. So Mendoza 2 for 2 from deep. 6 early points for the sophomore point guard. And 21, Kevin Charles gets all the love, but Cesar Mendoza has been one of the better players this year for Mendocino also. He's averaging 10.5 points per game, just under 4 rebounds, and leads the team averaging just over 3 assists per game. He's another guy that they really need to contain. If they can contain Charles and Mendoza, the Falcons should be able to find a way to pull this one out. But if Charles and Mendoza both have a good game here tonight, it's going to be tough for Solano to find a way to win.
Well, they are in luck because so far Kevin Charles hasn't been that impressive. He's missed some open shots, and I think Solano's done a good job of at least making him, forcing the issue and shooting jumpers. But Cesar Mendoza has been really impressive. One stat that surprised me, 4 rebounds for a point guard. Way to get it done for your team. Getting a stat, usually not known for guards, but we can see this kid can shoot. You definitely don't want to keep leaving him open for 3, or he's going to kill you tonight.
Jacob Keish checks back in for Solano. He's leading the Falcons with 8 points early on. Falcons down by 2. McKinney out of control behind the back. Loses control. Nice heads-up play. Charles taps it out. Mendoza with the easy lay-in. And that's been the problem with McKinney this year. He just gets out of control sometimes. Tries to do too much. Sometimes you just got to sit back and just settle down a little bit. We've seen that with Russell Westbrook kind of as he's developed into his career. Sometimes it's better to kind of slow down and take your time than to be out of control. Keys takes it strong inside. Can't get it to drop. Duran gets his hands on it. Loose ball. Badger tipping it. Nice job of containing it with one hand. An easy finish. Daniel Badger with his first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, that was a good job by number 32, Corey Duran, and Badger, both getting hot on the boards. One of them had to eventually put it back in, but they did a good job staying in position, getting the board.
Jacoby Williams setting up the offense for the Eagles. Kicks it out to Nate Henry. See if they try and get it up for number 21, Kevin Charles. Henry, nowhere to go. Mendoza has it with 10 on the shot clock. Bounce pass to Charles. Kicks it out, wide open 3. Henry rattles in and out. Rebounded inside by Mike Merrill. Shot clock resets. NBA range for Charles. Count it.
That was a horrible possession by Solano. They had 4 guys inside, but none of them decided to put a body on number 34, Mike Merrill. He gets the board, and you end up giving their best shooter a 3. Now watch him get going, all because of a bad possession of not getting the rebound.
And Charles shooting 36% from deep this year. Nice pass inside. McKinney, the nice little fadeaway bucket from about 6 feet.
Nice cut by McKinney to go right into the hoop. Got an open look and got a good look for a basket.
So that's a good sign for Nagel and the Falcons. McKinney with 5 early points here in the first half. They're down 24-21. We're at the halfway mark here in the first half.
Yeah, offensively, Solano's done some good things. When they move the ball and guys are cutting to the basket, good things are happening.
Mike Merle, one of the 5 sophomores, has it atop the key. We're going to get a jump ball. Excellent defense by Corey Duran, and that was a very dangerous play. If he picks up the foul there, it'd be number 2 on Duran with 10 minutes to go here in the first half.
Yeah, definitely was an aggressive play, but the thing I like is that he was aggressive. And he went for the ball, but yeah, risky play there.
So the Falcons have 4 of their 5 starters on the floor. McKinney in. Laquan Gump still on the bench.
And
Jacob Keys almost comes up with the steal. Jacoby Williams has it with 2 on the shot clock. Doesn't even realize the shot clock's about to run out, and that is a shot clock violation.
I like how he puts the shot up. Like, I shot it in time. Yeah.
And he figured that the shot clock got reset with the jump ball, but of course it doesn't reset if the same team that retains possession. Falcons working inside. McKinney, nowhere to go. Kicks it out. Givens, pump fakes, takes it hard inside. Doesn't get the shot to drop, but draws contact. Will be going to the charity stripe.
Yeah, I'd like to see Givens do that more. He's a good penetrator. When he gets inside, he's going to know whether to force the issue and put the shot up or find an open man either for three or someone else around the basket. So good job by Givens. Now let's see if he can finish at the charity strike.
A little long on the first attempt, and Givens this year, 87% from the charity stripe. And knocks down the second, so able to knock down one of two. Falcons down 24-22. Jordan Douglas had it in his hands, checked in for the first time. Now they work it over to Jacoby Williams. Falcons picking up kind of a half-court, full-court press. Charles kicks it out. Williams for three. Swish.
They put too much attention on Kevin Charles that time. It gave him a wide-open look, number 21.
And McKinney with the crossover loses it once again. Mendocino has numbers. Charles, easy up and under, off the glass. Nagel calls a timeout. So a little 5-0 run for the Eagles, now up by 7. Their biggest lead here in the first half at the 9-minute mark.
And one thing I want to point out, ever since Solano gave up that defensive board and then they got a wide open three for number 21, Kevin Charles, he's been going ever since. I think he's 3 for 3 since that three-pointer. So it just shows you one mental mistake can cost your team big time, and now it's given Mendocino a 7-point lead.
So once again, you're checking out Solano College Sports Network. Falcons down here 29-22, and the one thing I have liked from Nagel is McKinney's come in and made a couple of shots, but then he gets a little carried away. He already has 2 turnovers here. And Laquan Gomes is a guy we haven't called really at all here tonight. Yeah. And when he plays well, usually things bode well for the Falcons.
Yeah, Gomes hasn't been able to do much yet, but guys who have been doing some pretty productive things. One, James Givens. I think if they can really get this guy going and he can be a facilitator on the court, and put the defense and put pressure on the defense when he's penetrating, kicking, and finding open guys, I think Solano will be okay. But defensively, they got to make sure they get the boards, and they got to make sure they stop giving open looks to Kevin Charles. Because ever since that three, he's been able to penetrate, he's had more confidence, and he's starting to score. And if him and, like we talked about earlier, him and Cesar Mendoza get going, it could be a long night for Solano.
Get a look at the big boy right there, the 6'5", 330-pound freshman, Alfred Thomas.
Also like to see Solano feed Duran a little bit more, get that inside-outside game going.
Jacob Keys, nice bounce pass. McKinney out of control, and right there you got to just go up and try and maybe draw contact, get to the free throw line.
Was the right idea, but just didn't make the right move with the basketball.
So Mendocino setting up the offense. Jacoby Williams has had himself a good first half. Good defense by Givens on Kevin Charles. Mendoza with 11 on the shot clock, cross-court pass. Oh, Mendoza just inside the three-point line, nothing but net. Mendoza with already 12 points here in the first half.
That was a nice play by Kevin Charles. Saw all the pressure come to him, swung it around, gave Cesar a wide-open look.
Jacob Keys kicks it out to Stockton for three. Bam! Knocks it down.
Nice possession by Solano. Swung the ball around, gave Stockton a wide-open look, and we know when he squares up, this kid can shoot.
And he's a lot better than his 28% three-point field goal percentage is this year. We're going to get a traveling violation as Kevin Charles started moving before he started dribbling. And Stockton 2 for 2 tonight. And the key with him is just to run around screens, get his Ray Allen on, just move constantly, because when he gets an open look, he usually buries the shot.
He's a Ryan Anderson type of player. Get him an open three. He's a big man, can rebound also.
Duran inside with the up and under with the left. Can't get it to drop. Gets his own miss with the left. Tips it in.
Great play by Duran. Knew he missed the ball. Went after the loose ball once he knew he threw it too hard and cleaned up for the offensive board and the 2 points.
He knew he could out-jump the 330-pounder there for the offensive rebound. I mean, that's scary for Laquan Gomes to try and take that charge against Alfred Thomas, but good defense. Thomas couldn't get the bunny inside, and it caroms out of bounds. Falcons ball. Would you step in front of that and try and take that charge?
And, hey, especially for Gomes having a rough night, it's good to see when you're struggling and you're making plays like that. I don't know why he didn't get the call. He got mowed over, but they get the possession, so it's still a good play by him.
31-27. Mendocino up here, 7 minutes to go. Givens has it in the wing. Falcons working around the perimeter. Keys takes it, kicks it out. Duran, 3, little long. Gomes goes up high, but tips it right to Cesar Mendoza, one of the 5 sophomores on this squad for Mendocino. Good defense by Givens, and that's one thing I love about Givens. A great defender, great tenacity, comes up with the steal. 3-on-2 for the Falcons. Offensive foul on Givens, did extend his arm, a little out of control. I agree with that call right there.
Yeah, but
I can tell by the look on your face you thought that was a bad call.
Well, usually when they extend their arm, it's pushing off the player, but he got hit from the side when his arm extended, so he never pushed off the player. I thought it was a bad call. The contact happened when Givens was driving with the ball, and he didn't push off the player, and that's when the offensive foul usually happens.
So under 6.5 to go here, first half. Once again, you're checking out Zach Poff here with Jake Poff, Solano College Sports Network. Douglas, 3, doesn't draw iron. Gomes with the rebound. Cross-court pass to Givens off his fingertips, and just a little too much mustard on the pass.
I actually thought it was a good pass. Givens, you got to go with 2 hands and grab that. Gomes was just trying to lead him, maybe a little too much hot sauce, but you still got to put that on the taco and get a bite in, baby. I just lost it there.
That was actually good, actually. I was surprised.
See, it's cleaned it up pretty good, right?
Usually you get carried away. Nice pass inside. Jesse Williams. Excellent job to get excellent position. Finishes with the right. Falcons down by 6. Gomes comes the other way. Realized he didn't have anything and pulls it back out. Gomes thought about the 3. Gets a little bit more comfortable range. Can't get it to drop. Williams wins the battle for the loose ball.
Nice job by number 44, Jesse Williams. He really uses his body well for a big man. Pretty quick. And gets in good position to, get boards for his team and play defense.
Jacoby Williams, cross-court pass to Mendoza. Douglas for 3. It looks like we're going to get a foul inside on Duran, I believe. And if it is on Duran, that'll be a second foul.
Another bad call. Jesse Williams is forcing the contact and bumping into him. Duran's just trying to hold his position. Don't really like the call.
And that'll send Jesse Williams, a 6'5" sophomore, to the free throw line. 65% on the season. And Nagel wisely takes Duran out. Doesn't want him to get his 3rd foul here in the first half. As Tim Moore checks in, the freshman out of Davis High.
It ends up being a good play by Jesse Williams, though. He's forcing the contact. The ref's going to have to call some eventually. But usually the guy forcing it is
convert on the front end. And now Williams gets a foul. Only the 14th foul on Mendocino. That was the 8th team foul on Solano. So obviously in the bonus the rest of the way for the visiting Eagles. So Falcons only down by 6, 33-27, but a very fast-paced first half, and that kind of feeds more in Mendocino. That one tipped away as Gomes was cutting. Bad pass by Tim Moore. And this is a chance for the Falcons to maybe get a little run going with Kevin Charles on the bench. Jesse Williams gets his shot rejected by Jamari Moss. Loose ball. Williams comes up with it. Mendoza. Couldn't tell if someone got a piece, but it's come down the other way. Nice take. Jamari Moss, the freshman out of Fairfield High, one of the 5 players from Fairfield High. Actually make that 6 players from Fairfield High on Solano. You can thank assistant coach Eddie Wilson for that. It's outstanding job recruiting local talent for the Falcons.
Yeah, really like the way Moss plays. He's an energetic
nice pass
guy.
by Douglas inside to Williams. Can't get the lay-in. Sorry, partner.
Jamari Moss is doing a great
nice
job.
Nice spin move by Badger. Sorry again, partner.
No problem. It's a fast-paced game, hard to keep up, but I really like the way number 22, Jamari Moss, is playing right now. He's given really good energy to this team, putting it on both sides of the ball, made great defensive plays, and then also, once he got a tip ball, ran on the other side of the court, got the open pass, and finished on the other side of the ball. It's guys like that that can come off the bench that can make differences in games, and he's doing it so far for the Falcons.
That's huge that Moss is stepping up right now with Corey Duran with 2 fouls on the bench. That allows Nagel to let Duran sit out the rest of the first half while Moss is playing well. Badger has it. 3-pointer. Moss, nothing but net. Bam!
This kid is making a difference so far. Off the bench with 6 points right into this quarter. Great energy so far for the second quarter.
So Falcons only down by 1. Under 4 minutes to go, and the Falcons come up with a steal. Gomes with a nice little crossover. Coast to coast with the left hand. Can't get it to drop, but draws the foul on Nate Henry. So that will send Laquan Gomes to the charity stripe, and it'll give Laquan Gomes a chance for his first points of the game. Falcons only down by 1 with their leading scorer, or their second leading scorer, scoreless here throughout in the first half.
You got to give credit to the bench, and specifically, Gomes has done a good job, but yeah, Jamari Moss coming off the bench.
Gomes, first point of the night, all tied up, 33-33, 3:39 left here, first half. Falcons can take their first lead from the opening moments here if Gomes can knock down.
You also got to give credit to this second unit that's come out specifically in this quarter. Towards the end of this period, they've really put some energy on the court and done a really good job on the defensive side of the ball, which has given them some easy buckets on the other side offensively.
So Falcons with their first lead from very early. Charles checks right back in and does what he does best, knocks down the open 3, and that forces Nagel to call a timeout. If you're going to leave somebody open, Kevin Charles is not the guy to leave open. Knocks down a second 3-point field goal of the night.
Yeah, that was horrible transition defense. The one guy you got to make sure you put a body on is their best scorer. When he scores over 20 points, they usually end up getting a W. So you got to pick him up, and that was just bad transition D. It was the first bad play that we've seen. Number 22, Jamari Moss, just didn't get a body on him in time, but still only a 2-point game.
All right, partner. We got a matchup with two birds going on here. Let's talk about the matchup on Sunday. Atlanta Falcons at home against the Seattle Seahawks. Who you taking and why?
I gotta go the Seahawks, and I'm taking them because they won me over $350 in fantasy football this year.
No one cares about your fantasy teams.
You asked me why,
you bring it up way too much.
Look, I don't just bandwagon.
You're going Richard Sherman on him. You just love to gloat.
Yeah, I think Seattle's front line may be the difference in this game. Atlanta's offensive line's a little shaky. I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball. And let's not forget, Atlanta has the 23rd run D in the league right now. Marshawn Lynch is a beast. I think beast mode is probably going to have his way, and I'd really like to see a 49ers-Seattle matchup in the NFC West Finals. That would be amazing, but we'll see what happens. The 49ers have a tough matchup themselves, Green Bay. But, yeah, I'm going Seahawks, baby.
You wouldn't stop talking. I didn't get a chance to get my pick in.
We already know you're taking Niners, and you're taking
Well, we're talking about the Seattle-Atlanta
No, you're
game.
taking Seattle too, right?
Yeah.
Well, what's your reason?
Russell Wilson, that's why. Russell Wilson's arguably been playing better than any other quarterback in the NFL since his last loss against the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, I've loved the way he's played. And let's not forget, he can run also. I think he's going to find some holes in Atlanta's run deep.
Back to action here. Badger, out of control, gets his hit away and off his leg. And the ref's letting him play here. Looked like there's some contact down low, and it looked like
Merrill
Badger
jumped into him, literally was in the air. Thought for sure it was going to be a call and ended up being a knee off the Solano offensive player.
So the Eagles up by 2. Jacoby Williams out of control, and this one's going the other way. Excellent job. Jamari Moss having himself a first half. Steps right in front of the out of control.
This kid
Williams
is doing a great job on both sides of the ball. And like we said, his energy and his play, especially on the defensive end, is getting Solano back in this game and letting them close out the half strong.
Well, you touched on it earlier. One of the keys to the game was the bench. And so far, the Falcons' bench is what re-energized them here in the first half, and only down by 2. We're going to get a timeout here by Coach Nagel.
Yeah, Moss has done a great job of, like you said, coming in for Durant, who's been in foul trouble, and he's just brought a different energy to this team. And also, I think Givens has brought a lot of energy to this game today. If those two guys can contribute, it's going to be good.
So you get a look at John Nagel there in the huddle, and once again, we touched on this earlier, the 6-8 start for the Falcons is their best start in 8 years. The last time they started out this good was all the way back in 2004. When they finished 15-11 and 7-7 in the Bay Valley Conference. And I believe the main reason why the Falcons are a lot better this year than they have in the past years starts with the assistant coach, Eddie Wilson. He's able to bring in a ton of local talent, and this has allowed Coach Nagel to actually have some very talented players, not just 2 or 3, but they've got 6, 7, 8 guys that can really play well, and that's been very well for Coach Nagel and his team. Nice pass inside by Stockton. Easy lay-in for Tim Moore. And Mike Stockton's had himself a very good all-around game. 2 for 2 from long range. He's had 3 assists, 4 rebounds. Mike Stockton doing an excellent job here tonight for the Falcons. We're all tied up 36-36. Loose ball. Laquan Gomes comes up with a steal. His 3rd steal of the night. Laquan Gomes not a good 3-point shooter. Passes it out. Stockton is a good 3-point shooter, but can't knock it down from the corner. Aaron James kicks it out to Kevin Charles off the glass, too strong, and Charles has missed a lot of 4 to 6 footers. Tough shots, but shots that he usually drops. Badger coast to coast with the left, touch everything except dropping down. Gomes gets the offensive rebound and gets the rebound and the 2 points.
Gomes and Moss together are really good on the floor, and they're really doing productive things for Solano, and it's giving them a 2-point lead.
So we're under the 2-minute mark. Mendocino down by 2. We're going to get a moving screen on Mike Merrill.
Yeah, I really like this Gomes-Moss combination, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They're really moving their feet. They're staying in front of guys, and they're not giving anything easy to Mendocino. And when they get stops, they're pushing it up the floor and getting good opportunities for their fellow teammates. Really good effort so far by Solano ever since Nagel took that timeout. And it was also good to see out of timeout they had great execution and finished to get an easy bucket down low. Love to see that as a coach.
So the Falcons with 25 on the shot clock, up by 2, 1:35 left. Moss took an extra step, going to get called for traveling.
Yeah, he just took that one extra step. He should have gone off. Once he jumped off his 2nd foot, if he would have gone in the air, I think he would have got the foul call, but he came down on that 3rd foot, and it was just too many. A crab dribble and extra.
So the Falcons with full court press, and it works. They come up with the steal. Stockton gets it over to Keys. Nice bounce pass inside. Gomes goes up strong, gets it to almost drop and rolls out. Nate Henry coming the other way from Mendocino, coast to coast. Kicks it out to Douglas for 3, short. Loose ball, rebounded by Keys. We're going to get a jump ball here, no call. And an easy lay-in for Jordan Douglas.
Refs are really letting him play. There's a lot of contact, and there's nothing being called.
So we're all tied up, 38-38. Falcons could go 2 for 1 here with 26 on the shot clock, 50 seconds left in the game clock. Moss for 3, in and out. Rebounded by Moore. Out of control, just flips it up. Should have kicked it out and reset. Almost a backcourt violation. So a 7-second differential between the game and shot clock. Charles stops and pops from 8 feet, nothing but net. So the Falcons can hold for the last shot here in the first half. Down by 2, 40-38. Jacob Keys has it, 35 feet away from the basket. Gets it over to Tim Moore. 7 seconds left, first half. Stockton's going to have to jack up a 3. Loses control, fade away from the free throw line. Doesn't draw iron, and that is how the first half ends with Mendocino up by 2, 40-38. The Falcons started out well guarding Kevin Charles, but he found a little rhythm when he came back in at the 5-minute mark and had 7 points to end the first half. So the Eagles up by 2 at half, 40-38. And we are back for the second half, 40-38 lead for the visiting Eagles. Jake, what's important for the Falcons here in the second half?
Well, like we talked about before, they need to get guys like Givens, and if 22 also
there we go, our cameraman said
Moss
there.
can go off, they'll be in good luck.
Jacob Keys has it with 15 on the shot clock. And Laquan Gomes, I think he is their most important player here in the second half. Misses a shot. Littlest guy on the court, gets the offensive rebound, draws the contact, count it, baby, and 1.
Yeah, and I think the most important guy in the second half is going to be a combination of not only Givens doing what he just did on this play, but also they got to get Durant going in the second half. They can get that post element going along with the outside game. I think Solano will be in good for a good second half.
So knotted up 40-40. Givens knocks down the free throw to convert the 3-point play. No one gets back on defense for the Falcons. Mendoza, easy lay-in.
Solano just fell asleep on that play, and it's an easy transition bucket for Mendocino.
So the same 5 that started for the Falcons back out, start the second half. Durant back out there, missed the last 6 minutes with 2 fouls. Goes up strong with the right hand off the glass.
Wasn't the cleanest inside and out game, but whatever gets the job done.
Falcons retake the lead, 43-42. Nice pump fake. Charles short on the jumper.
And that's the key we've seen so far with Charles tonight. Force him to shoot his jumper. He hasn't been that hot from the outside.
And Zach Kraft has been helping us out here, and he mentioned at halftime, the one thing with Charles is when he's off the dribble, he's been cold as he missed a wide open three there, and I couldn't agree more. Charles, when he's gone off the dribble, has hurt this team a lot more. So it's important for the Falcons to really close out on Charles here in the second half and force him to dribble the rock, because that was happening in the entire first half. Charles was missing a ton of shots off the dribble compared to wide open pull-up threes. Working inside, Durand gets fouled hard, and it was fouled before the shot, so they'll take it out of bounds. Early substitution for Mendocino. Nate Henry checks in for Jacoby Williams.
Tough whack there by Durand. He just got killed when he went up, but he's a tough dude. Shakes it off. We're ready to go.
So once again, give a shout out to a couple of the volleyball ladies. Danielle Talon helping us out here with Selena Castro. I jacked that last name, Tellin. There we go. Got it on the second try.
Come on.
She gave the teacher the evil eye. She's like, that's not how you pronounce it, bro.
Telling the felon. Come on.
I'm not calling you Stockton, straight away. Bam.
I'm just making sure my partner gets it right.
While Jake's getting carried away, he missed a three-point shot for Stockton. Falcons up by 4.
Hey, if anyone's a felon here, it's me, I guess.
Let's stop while we're ahead. Falcons up by their largest margin of 4. Mendoza has it. Good closeout D by Keys. Cross-court pass. Henry out of control, able to elude contact and kiss it off the glass. Laquan Gomes with the high pickup, can't get it to drop, and Gomes is hurt, holding his, let's just say, his family jewels.
Great play by Stockton, number 33. Didn't give up on the play. Literally stole the ball from Jesse Williams, went up strong with it, and got to the charity strike. But good job not to give up on the play, and ended up getting 2 free throws out of it.
And Gomes, let's just say he's hurt in the groin region. Not where you want to get hurt. Stockton knocks down the first of 2. Stockton now in double digits, 10 points.
Gomes got hit in the stones. Uh-oh. I had to. All right, sorry.
I'm just glad you didn't laugh at your own joke. I can see that smile from ear to ear. But
I've been getting better. Really
all right,
better.
Let's get back to the game, baby. Stockton can't get the second. Falcons up by 3. Nice take. Aaron James with the left hand. Jacob Keys gets it over to the point guard, James Givens. Givens going to get a foul whistle. Looks like it's going against Aaron James. My mistake, it was on 33, Nate Henry.
Givens has done a good job trying to penetrate so far, and pretty good things have been happening for Solano.
And Givens has done a lot here. He only has 5 points, but he's got 4 rebounds. He's got 2 steals, 3 assists. So he's kind of doing a little bit of everything here. And I know you weren't big on Solano football, but Givens reminds me a lot of Rufus Osby. The fullback for Solano kind of did everything. We're going to get an offensive foul here as Gomes a little out of control. Cesar Mendoza. But Givens reminds me a lot of Rufus Osby. Kind of little guy, but built, and kind of does a little bit of everything, not for the stat sheet, but for the team.
Yeah. He actually reminds me a lot of Raymond Felton. Also Ty Lawson, kind of a quick player who can, score, but
Keep
also
feeding me those North Carolina guards, baby.
Yeah, I will. They're short and quick.
Laquan Gomes gets a shot blocked, but they're going to call a foul as Kevin Charles had a wide open 3 opportunity. It looked like it was all ball, but it's going to be 3 free throws upcoming for Kevin Charles.
I'm not sure how there was any contact on that play. It looked like it was a clean block. Did they call it on Gomes, or did they? I think the ref
They gave it to Gomes.
I should let him borrow my glasses because that was a horrible call. Looked like all ball. He never fell into the shooter, but either way, it sends their best player to the line for 3 free throws.
Knocks down the first of 3. Knocks down the second.
Yeah, and that's a big call to miss because you send their best player to get 3 easy free throws, and we know a guy like
72%
Charles
on the season.
But when guys like this see the ball go in the hoop from the charity strike, it gets him going, and he's the type of scorer that you don't want to send to the line, and I don't think he should be there in the first place. Real bad call by the ref.
3 for 3. Mendocino back up by 2, 49-47. 16:47 left here, second half. Once again, you're checking out Zach Poff here with Jake Poff, Solano College Sports Network here at the Falcons Gymnasium. Falcons 6-8 this year. Nice cut. Gomes can't finish inside. Jesse Williams gets called for the foul.
Gomes is doing a really good job of moving off the ball, and they're finding ways to get him good looks. If he can keep moving off the ball and getting good penetration, Solano should be in for a good night. And like we talked about on the other side of the ball, when you get your best players to the free throw line, it gets them going.
Gomes, nothing but net on the first.
Especially a guy like Gomes, if he sees the ball go in the hoop a couple times, it can really get him on a nice shooting streak.
And Gomes this year, 59% from the charity stripe. Knocks this one down. We'll be all tied up, 49-49. All tied up, baby, 49-49.
57%?
59.
Wow. On those 2 free throws, he looked like 80% free throw shooter.
Everybody has their day, except you.
Hey, I was decent from the line.
You and Dwight Howard.
Okay.
Charles out of control, and we're going to get a blocking call down under. And I usually am good at not having my opinion for the refs, but the refs have been horrible tonight. That's the 4th time it should have been going the other way, and it's whistled for the blocking foul. I mean, maybe Kevin Charles got that Kobe thing going. He's the best player in the BBC.
I was going to see, is his name number 21 or 24? Because they're giving him calls that he should not be getting.
Your boy Kobe has been getting many calls lately. Charles misses the first of 2.
Well, he does get to the free throw strike almost more than anyone else in the league and leads the league in scoring, so I disagree with that. But this guy, I mean, Givens was clearly in position. It looked like an easy charge call, but
Charles knocks down the second of 2, makes 1.
I guess when you're the 7th best scorer in your county, in the state, then you're going to get those calls.
Keys goes strong with the left, can't get it to drop. We're going to get a foul whistled on Nate Henry.
It's at least good to see that, you're getting calls on both sides of the ball. But it's funny, the first half they were really letting them play. In this half, it seems like they're tightening it up a little bit, not letting as much contact go.
Jake Keys, the freshman out of Granite Bay High.
And you have to give Keys props in this game. The one thing he's done really well is tick the ball to the hoop. I think he's had at least 3 or 4 layups and also gotten the charity strike a couple times. So good job by him of putting pressure on Mendocino's defense and getting to the charity strike, hitting the first free throw. Let's see if he can do it again.
Keys now with 9 points, trying to become the second Falcon in double digits. Doesn't make the second, so we're all tied up 50-50. 16-10 left here. Aaron James. Nice pass inside, and Mike Merrill, one of the 5 sophomores, misses the easy lay-in. Falcons come the other way. Jacob Keys behind the back, between the legs, kicks it out. Stockton. McKinney just checked in. 3. Can't get it to drop. Duran trying to get it. Loose ball. Aaron James coming down the other way for the Eagles. Falcons almost come up with the steal. Can't get it. Mendoza, nice pump fake. Can't get the 18-footer. Out of bounds. Falcons ball.
That was pretty good defense by Solano there. Really doing a good job of moving off the ball and not giving anything easy to Mendocino County.
McKinney has it. Duran with the screen. McKinney just inside the 3-point line, knocks it down. This guy's game reminds me so much of Brandon Jennings.
Yeah.
He's a very streaky shooter, can get things on track, a little out of control at times. But he's got 7 points here in this one. And
really like the comparison. And right there, he did a great job of moving off the screen, not forcing too much, getting a good look, and
Charles
finishing the
misses
jumper.
it. Duran with the rebound. Wisely slows it down, had a 1-on-3 opportunity. Mike McKinney asks for the screen, gets it, pulls up, 3. Short, tried to draw the foul. And stolen almost by Badger.
Good look by McKinney, just hit his last jumper, had an open looking 3, took it. Don't mind that shot.
Mendoza, 3, straight away. Can't get it to drop. Loose ball. I believe went off Jacob Keys, and it did. Mendocino ball with a new shot clock. Checking in for Mendocino is Jordan Douglas.
Another thing Solano's done really well is ever since they gave up that one offensive board that got Kevin Charles that outside 3 earlier, they've done a really good job cleaning up defensively on the boards.
Jamari Moss checks back in for the Falcons as Duran takes a seat. And Moss was the one guy that really got things going at the end of the first half. Badger with a nice shot rejection on Cesar Mendoza. And number 22, Jamari Moss, really got things going for the Falcons to close out the second half. They were down by 7. Moss hit a 3, got a bucket inside, and really helped change the momentum. Charles gets the foul call to be going to the line for 2.
Yeah, it looked like Stockton made a good play, went up straight up, but McKinney had a little bit of reaching on that jumper, and Charles gets to the line.
Charles gets the first one to drop.
Smart play by Charles, though. Usually good players, when they feel that double team, go up with the ball and find a way to get to the charity strike. He did it on this possession.
Charles misses a second. Falcons still up by 1, 52-51. McKinney coming down the other way, going all the way, out of control, draws the foul on Mike Merrill. So right there was a case where we saw it was good to kind of be out of control and push the pace a little bit. McKinney saw a lane, took it right away, and went up strong. Draws the foul.
And that's the key, is you want to observe the floor, see how many guys are in front of you. If the paint looks open and you think you can beat your defender off the dribble, go for it. But when there's another guy in the post and you try and make that move, that's when you see guys try and force it. Sometimes it can get them a foul, sometimes it can be a charge. But that was good court presence by McKinney. Saw the one-on-one, went for it, got to the charity strike. But you got to make sure you finish your free throws.
McKinney only 33% from the free throw line, but he's only been there 3 times. 1 out of 3. Now 1 out of 4, down to 25. Knocks down the second of 2.
We forget these guys don't get to the
2 out
line
of 5
that much.
from the line. Quick math. What's that? What's 2 out of 5?
33%?
40%. I was hoping.
Okay, that's tough, man. Percentages? I never had to take stats.
Mendocino down by 2. See if they try and get. There was an inadvertent whistle, they like to call it. Someone's got a whistle in the crowd, maybe?
I think there's an issue with the play clock.
Someone's having fun. I bet it was Sam up top. Just playing with everybody up there. Of course, Sam has been helping out Solano Athletics before I was born, probably.
The Solano OG.
Whenever we used to ball with him in Matt Borchard's basketball class, he's got those old school, old gym type of moves. You see Big Sam there. Get the footage for the Falcons.
Like the skyhook, though. I had the skyhook down. He hit that on me a couple times. Kareem me.
You like getting creamed? I had to say it. All right, sorry. But
not cool, bro.
Falcons up by 2. Just over 14 minutes. So the Falcons done a good job containing Kevin Charles here in the second half. Douglas out of control. This time they finally get the offensive foul, and guess who?
It shouldn't surprise us. Jamari Moss comes immediately into the game and automatically makes a great play on defense. Had position, took the hit from the big boy, counted the other way. Nice job, Moss.
So another stop in action real quick. Nagel tells this guy to come over, get a free timeout basically. Got inadvertent whistles. Got the scorekeeper pressing inadvertent buttons. I mean, it's like they got,
Usually they're on it. I mean, this is the first game we've really seen any mishaps with the
they're
scoreboard.
running the board like the Lakers are playing D.
Okay. You had to. I knew the Laker, gut punch was coming. It's not like your Celtics have been that impressive.
I'm a Clippers fan, baby.
Yeah.
And they're not doing too bad. Best record in the National Basketball Association.
I tell all you're not a Clippers fan. You're a David Stern fan because he made your team.
Jake, you still won't get over that.
I will never get over that.
It's been 574 days since. Actually, I have no clue. But
no, you're right. It's marked in my calendar.
So Falcons come down the other way, up by 2. Jacob Keys has the rock, kicks it out to Stockton. Thought about the 3, takes it strong, finishes at the rim, went right by Kevin Charles.
Great play by Stockton. Saw no one in the post. Knew he could beat his man off the dribble. Took it to the hoop and finished.
Stockton leading Solano with 12 points, averaging 8 points a game, one of the 5 sophomores for the Falcons. This one thrown away.
Solano defense starting to pick it up.
And we know why. Once Jamari Moss came back into the game, things turned quickly. And Corey Durant's playing pretty well, but Jamari Moss has just brought a lot more energy to the floor coming off the bench for Nagels. We get a timeout here. So let's shift on over to the other NFC game. We both have Seattle beating Atlanta. Atlanta, a very good home team. Let's get over to the game that's not too far from here at Candlestick. What you got? Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, or do you have? You know what's funny about this is Aaron Rodgers grew up a Niners fan, Colin Kaepernick grew up a Green Bay fan, and now they're facing off on opposing teams.
Classic. Honestly, out of all the games, this is really the toss-up game. I could see this going either way. From an advantage standpoint, Green Bay, the thing I think they have is if they run the no huddle. We saw what New England did to that Niners defense when they have a quick pace.
And you know what I'm about to tell you?
Is Green Bay's wide receivers are banged up.
Justin Smith went out when New England started running
but
that.
We're not
I think
sure
that
how
played
healthy
more
he is.
into a cause.
I agree, but we're still not sure how healthy
You got
Smith
Green
is.
Bay? I've got the Niners.
I got Green Bay, but I will not be surprised the Niners win. I think if the Niners win, it'll be Kaepernick as
Football
the
talk's
X
only
factor.
for timeouts, Jacob. Come on, man.
I had to at least get my point across.
Moore throws it away. Good deep. Mendocino coming down the other way. Douglas kicks it out. Charles, 3, short. Loose ball. Thrown away by Merrill, but it was tipped out of bounds by Mike McKinney, so Mendocino will retain possession on the side. What does Mendocino need to do offensively? Because it's been tough for Kevin Charles to get on track here.
They definitely got to keep rotating better. They're letting Solano get to the hoop too easy, and it's giving them a lot of either fouls or it's getting them easy layups.
Douglas, corner 3, can't get it to drop. Loose ball, picked up by Kevin Charles. Picks up his dribble. Gets it into the hands of Aaron James. 30 on the shot clock. Just under 13 minutes to go. Falcons up by 4. Mendoza, corner 3, in and out. No one boxed out. Kevin Charles gets the easy put back. Kevin Charles with the game high 16 points. McKinney out of control, throws it off the head of Charles, luckily right in the hands of Keys. Moss tried a 3, couldn't get it to drop, out of bounds off Tim Moore. Mendocino ball.
Good job of Keys stopping penetration there. That could have been another easy transition bucket, but he did a good job at least letting Solano set up on the defensive side of the ball.
How much longer do you go here if you're Nagel with Gomes and Corey Durant both on the bench?
I think you got to ride out a couple more minutes, just the way your team's playing defense. But if they keep giving up defensive boards, you're maybe going to have to make a switch pretty quick.
McKinney almost with the steal. He was looking the other way.
Frustrating play. McKinney was in the perfect spot. The ball literally went off his hands.
It was very similar to what we saw with Ray Lewis last week.
Yeah.
Had an easy interception, was looking the other way instead of catching the rock first.
Except that was a lob in the air. This
Yeah.
at least was a pretty crisp pass.
I don't think you'd say that to Ray Lewis's face, though.
Yeah. Hope he's not. Well, you better hope he's not listening. Because he'll have plenty of time to come after you after this year.
Hey, he would love the article I wrote about him. Best linebacker
Yeah.
to ever play. So
Best
back to
linebacker
action.
I've ever seen play.
Kevin Charles has the rock. 11 on the shot clock. McKinney picks his pocket.
Great
Slows it
job
down.
by McKinney.
Keys with a little crossover, coast to coast. And looks like he's going to get 2 free throws upcoming. I've been real impressed with Jacob Keys' game here tonight.
Like what he's doing every time he gets the rock, he takes it straight to the hoop, but he's not forcing it. He's finding a way to, get those open lanes, and usually he's taken to the hoop right off of the ball being swung, so the defense is moving. It gets him a little bit more clear pass, and he's getting the charity strike.
Keys knocks down the first, so he's the second Falcon in double figures, now with 10 points. Mike Stockton, the other Falcon, with 12, takes a seat as Corey Duran checks back in. So the 5 on the floor for the Falcons: McKinney, Duran, Jacob Keys at the line, Moss, and Tim Moore.
Like this move, you get Durant a nice little rest. See if you can get some inside-outside
And
game going.
I like seeing Duran and Moss on the floor at the same time. Falcons up by 4, 11:45 to go here, second half. Douglas takes it hard inside, kicks it out. Charles out of control. Kicks it out to James. Wide open three. Little long. Off the fingertips of Jesse Williams. My mistake. They said it went off of Corey Duran, and it's going to be Mendocino ball.
That was a tough play. It looked like number 44, Jesse Williams, may have tipped it, but Duran may have got his hands on it also, so.
Nice defense. Mike McKinney gets a steal. Falcons coming the other way. Moss gets fouled hard. Good foul by Aaron James. Made sure, clean foul, hard foul to make sure that Moss wasn't going to get an easy bucket and one opportunity.
Nice play by number 22, Jamari Moss, been doing it all game. Just a nice hustle play, sprinted down the other end of the floor, got the nice pass also off the rebound, gets to the charity strike.
In and out for Moss. Moss on the season. 62% from the free throw line. Falcons up by 4. Moss can make it 5. Misses. Tipped out of bounds off of Tim Moore. And let's see if Mendocino tries to get Cesar Mendoza going. He's the second leading scorer for the Eagles. Kevin Charles, Falcons doing a good job doubling up on Charles. So they're forcing other guys to have to beat him for Mendocino. And Jesse Williams out of control. And they get the foul inside. I believe it's on McKinney.
Yeah, we have seen Mendoza take a couple threes, but they weren't really open, so far Solano's done a good job contesting him.
And they called it on Corey Duran, his 3rd foul. 5th team foul for Solano.
Like this move also to get Givens back in the game. With him and Duran, you can definitely get a good inside-outside game. Nice
Excellent
move.
job by Tim Moore. Got the steal. Falcons 2-on-1. Easy finish for Duran. Nice pass by McKinney. Gets the assist.
Great
Duran
look by
gets the
McKinney.
deuce.
Got Duran the easy look, and good job of Duran hustling down the floor. It's always good when your big man goes coast to coast.
McKinney with excellent D. Almost comes up with a steal. McKinney's done an excellent job on Kevin Charles since he checked in at the 16-minute mark. Falcons playing excellent defense, making it very tough. Jesse Williams with a nice little spin move and the finish.
We've seen it before. Jesse Williams, he's really good at moving his body with the ball. Pretty smooth for a big man. Yeah, really good footwork.
Jamari Moss has it in the corner. Falcons reset. McKinney thought about it, kicks it out to Givens. 17 on the shot clock. Falcons just passing around the perimeter. Givens takes an extra step. Easy call for the official to make.
Yeah, it looked like Givens tried to look for the contact, didn't get it, kind of lost his balance, ended up traveling.
Laquan Gomes checks back in for Solano. As Corey Duran has another seat, and it has a lot to do with the 3 personal fouls he has. Nagel wants to make sure he can play the last 7 minutes with 2 fouls to play with. So Falcons up by 4. Jacoby Williams has it, gets it inside to Jesse Williams, goes up strong, can't get it to drop. Ball tipped right into Mike McKinney's hands. Givens has it, tight ropes the sideline, kicks it out to Gomes. As they reset. Givens, 3, corner, can't get it to drop. Williams grabs the rebound. Mendocino has numbers. Mendoza, stop and pop, can't get it to go. Moore with the rebound. Falcons have a 3-on-2. Gomes with the alley-oop. McKinney almost threw it down. This place would have erupted, but nobody gets back on D, and Kevin Charles with the one-handed stuff.
What a difference maker that is right there.
Big 4-point swing right there as Gomes tried the alley-oop to Mike McKinney. Just a little too high. McKinney almost threw it down. Charles coming down the other way with the easy one-handed flush.
Tough look there. If the pass could have just been a little bit more on target, I think McKinney could have handled it. He definitely got up. But the one tough thing we've seen with these alley-oop plays is really most of the time they end up not working out and ends up giving an easy bucket on the other side of the ball. Now you have a 4-point swing, but still, it's a game changer. If he makes that, this place erupts. You get the energy on your side. It was a good play to attempt, but got to be careful.
And this has been a very entertaining game so far. Falcons up by 2, 59-57, but a very high-paced game. And the Falcons bench has played very well today. Mike McKinney has come in, He's been a spark plug off the bench. He's got 9 points in this one. And also Jamari Moss has played outstanding for Coach Nagel and that bench. Something he touched on before the game. It would be very important for the Falcons bench to play well. They've done just that. They're up 59-57. Also, you touched on containing Kevin Charles. Charles does have 16 points, but he's had to earn it. Falcons doing a good job forcing Charles out of his comfort zone. So 2 out of the 3 for the Falcons. The third thing you had marked for keys to the game, points in the paint. Falcons have done a good job working it inside and not settling for long-range jumpers. Only 28% from deep this year. They've done an outstanding job working it inside.
Yeah, I would maybe like to see a little bit more Duran, but one thing they've really done well inside is Jacob Keys. He's done a great job of really forcing the issue in the paint. It's made the defense had to pack inside a little bit. If they can keep forcing the issue inside, maybe get Duran involved, I really think the inside-outside game could work for Solano and help them get the W tonight.
And Keys with 11 points. And he had 8 of those 11 early that really got Solano on track. So the 5 on the floor for the Falcons, Daniel Badger, the freshman out of Rodriguez High, running the point.
Another thing, too, Solano's got to make
James Givens in there with Laquan Gomes, Corey Durant, Jamari Moss, and also Tim Moore. Badger sets up the offense. Gomes has it, 17 on the shot clock. Gomes kicks it over to Moore, 12 on the shot clock. Nowhere to go for Solano. Good zone defense by Mendocino, playing a 2-3-D. Badger takes it inside, short, picked out of the air by Charles. Badger gets a steal and a lay-in.
Solano had a lucky break. Looked like it was a kick ball, but good play by Badger to grab the ball, take it up. Or was it Gomes who scored on that? Excuse me.
You got it right, baby. It was Badger.
Badger time.
61-57 lead Solano, 8:30 to go here, second half. Douglas loses it, jumps on the loose ball. We're going to get a traveling violation on Jordan Douglas.
Not sure how that was a travel. If you're going to call the travel, wouldn't you have to call it once he fell? But he fell on the ball, had the ball, and then he called the travel.
Yeah, usually you have to have the ball when you hit the ground. The ball was on the ground, he dove after it.
I thought it should have been a jump ball. It looked like the Solano players, which they did a great job of rushing to the ball once the player hit the floor.
Possession arrow is Mendocino's direction, though, so they still would have retained possession.
So that's a big call.
Still plenty of time, 8:15 left here. Falcons up by 4. Badger, bounce pass, 3, more, short. Nice rebound by Kevin Charles. And Charles leads the Eagles in rebounding, averaging just under 8 this year. And this is where the really good players take over. In the last 8 minutes of the game, 3, short for Mendoza.
Man, Mendoza in the second half, pretty sure he's 0 for 5 from 3, hasn't hit anything, and that's kind of hurt Mendocino.
Badger goes strong, draws contact, no foul, but gets that one off the glass. Badger, 4 quick points for Solano. They have their second largest lead, up by 6. Alley-oop, little behind Charles, but they get the easy lay-in off the miss. Jesse Williams, or Kevin Charles, my mistake. I did the broadcaster mistake, turned my head down for a sec, but Charles able to finish. Charles now with a game-high 20 points. Badger out of control. Gets it over to Tim Moore. And just a horrible possession for Solano. Jacoby Williams stops and pops from just inside the three-point line, and it's a 2-point lead for Solano. 4 quick points for the Eagles.
And Nagel's seen enough, sending Keys and Stockton back into the game, trying to get some more flow on the offensive side of the ball.
Badger has it. Jamari Moss. Gomes thought about it. Not a good three-point shooter. Kicks it out to Moore. 3, count it. Big shot for Tim Moore. Knocks down the 3 from the wing just in front of Nagel, saying, hey, coach, don't take me out just yet.
Great play, too, also for number 0, Badger, to drive, get penetration, and get more of the open 3.
Jesse Williams can't get it to drop. Gets bailed out once again. Jamari Moss gets called for the foul.
Yeah, other than that last possession, though, Solano's done a really good job moving the ball. And that was a good play by Williams to get post position. Didn't really see much contact, but getting the line anyway, and he's had a good night.
Been impressed with Jesse Williams. He has 6 points, 5 rebounds. 3 assists also. Knocks down on the first, rattles the first free throw home. Williams can't convert on the second. Givens grabs a rebound. Falcons nursing a 4-point lead, 66-62. Daniel Badger has the rock, guarded by Kevin Charles. So as you mentioned, Keys and Stockton back in the game. Badger out of control. Keys able to jump on the loose ball. 11 on the shot clock. Keys, little one-on-one. We're going to get a 5-second violation. Excellent call. That's a rule in college basketball. If you're not going anywhere, the defender's been guarding you for 5 seconds. It's a 5-second violation. Agree with the referee on that call. Keys, a little too much dribbling, a little too much one-on-one.
Didn't know that rule existed, so that's why I was like, wait, 5 seconds?
So a big turnover. Mendocino only down by 4, under 6 minutes to go. Charles, 3, short. We're going to get a double foul on Jesse Williams and Mike Stockton. I believe that should be the possession arrow, so it will be Mendocino ball.
Yeah, both of them were just fighting for position. Both kind of got a little dirty on that play. Just trying to get in position to get the rebound, and just a little too much contact for the ref.
Possession arrow is pointing Mendocino's way, so they'll get the rock on the baseline. Possession arrow will change now, and it'll go back towards Solano. Mike McKinney and Corey Duran ready to check in for Solano. Tim Moore and Daniel Badger have a seat. So the 5 on the floor for the Falcons: Givens, McKinney, Mike Stockton, Jake Keys, along with Corey Duran. The 5 on the floor for Mendocino: Jacoby Williams inbound of the ball with Cesar Mendoza. Of course, Kevin Charles along with 33, Nate Henry. And Jesse Williams inside, a traveling violation, I believe. Falcons coming down the other way after the turnover. No one guarding McKinney. Stop and pop from 15. Count it, baby. He has been a big-time difference in this game. He's really brought a lot of energy, and he's helped out where the Falcons have struggled this year offensively, and he's got 13 points in this one.
Yeah, smart play by McKinney. Saw that no one was covering and pulled up and hit the easy jumper.
Mendoza, 3, in and out. Rebounded inside. Mike Stockton comes up with it.
0 for 6 from 3, and in the first half was shooting 3 for 5. Really has gone cold the second half, and it's hurt Mendocino.
Jacob Keys gets a screen. Nice behind-the-back dribble. Givens, 3. This would be huge. Bam! Falcons with their biggest lead in the game, up 71-62. Coach Nagel loves it, gives a little Tiger Woods fist pump, baby.
What a great play by number 30, Jacob Keys. This kid has been penetrating all night, went right towards the basket, defense collapsed, found the open man, Givens, and Givens buries it. That's a type of team play that Solano has been playing with all night, and that's why they have a 9-point lead.
And that's why you wrote it down on the keys to the game. Live in the paint. Very important to penetrate for Solano. Not only does it open easy baskets inside, but it leaves wide open three-point shooters hanging around, wide open. And Givens with the biggest shot of the game, up by 9, 4:51 left. And this would be a big-time win for Solano. If they pull this one out, they'll go to 7-8 overall, even up their BVC record at 2-2. 2-game winning streak for Solano, more than the Lakers could ever wish for right now.
I knew you were getting your little Laker blow on there, yeah. You know what we have that you don't is championships. So
Past
go
is
ahead,
the past, baby.
Enjoy your regular season, have fun. We'll see how deep you get in the playoffs.
Past is the past, baby.
Yeah, past is the past. Present is present. So
Exactly.
Still don't have a ring. That's my
Doesn't
point.
matter. The Clippers have a better chance at winning a championship this year than the Los
Yeah.
Angeles Lakers.
Enjoy having fun with your chances. I
Somebody's
have proof
getting
of my
a
team.
little defensive here.
But anyway, back to Solano basketball, what we should be talking about.
Hold on, though, real quick. The last time the Lakers started 15-20, they made it all the way to the NBA Finals.
Yeah. They also had, 4 Hall of Famers on their team?
Well, Gary Payton was, 60?
You know what? They do have 4 Hall of Famers now. All 4 of those guys will be Hall of Famers. Gasol will be a Hall of Famer, won't he?
So we're back to action. Falcons up by 9. Falcons with the full court press. And loose ball. There's only 3 seconds to get across the half-court line, and they do. Kevin Charles couldn't get a good grip, had a wide-open 3. Charles, wide-open 3 from the wing. in and out. Rebound inside by McKinney. Draws the foul. And that's going to be free throws. Double bonus for Solano.
And what I wanted to talk about during the break is Solano has a lot of depth. And you have to give credit to assistant coach on Solano's team.
Eddie Wilson.
Nelson
Beard.
This guy has brought in guys like McKinney, Givens also, correct? Didn't he bring in their Laquan Gomes? I mean, all these guys have been productive. And then you add Mike Stockton, you guys who have been here before, and Jacob Keys is also recruited by him also, I believe, right?
In and out and in for McKinney. 10-point lead for Solano.
These are all different guys who come into the game and contribute. And Jamari Moss, another guy he recruited.
And all 6 guys from Fairfield played for Eddie Wilson. So these were guys that were very comfortable with Eddie Wilson before and played a large part in them coming to Solano.
And that's been the difference in this game tonight is
McKinney
Solano's
2 for 2 at the free throw line. Falcons up by 11. And it looked like Williams stepped on the sideline, but the ref did not blow the whistle. Aaron James draws the foul. Not sure if they called it on the shot.
And it's like we talked about before.
And they did say it was going for the shot, so 2 shots.
If the Falcons have at least 7 different players averaging 6 points a game, they usually win games. And tonight, I believe they at least have 8 players. I know Keys is over 6 points, Moss, Stockton, Givens, all these guys are contributing,
7
and
players
it's been the difference.
Over 6 points for the Falcons, and 3 of those 7 in double figures.
Also, Tim Moore is contributing tonight. Daniel Badger has had a good night. So really a good team effort by Solano, and that's why they're in control of this game.
James knocks down 1 of 2. Corey Duran, bad pass. Almost stolen by Aaron James.
Good effort by James. Almost got a good steal off a bad pass, but Solano keeps possession, so it doesn't hurt him too much.
And you can just see Duran panicking right there. That's when you got to get your point guard the rock. Jake Keys has it. And right here, the clock's your best friend. But also, you don't want to just kind of be stagnant, start jacking up shots late. Givens, 3 straight away. In and out, rebounded by Kevin Charles.
Yeah, just keep what you're doing. Move the ball, attack the rim, make the defense collapse, and find open shooters.
Mendoza, wide open 3.
And Mendoza, again, just cannot find a way to make a 3. And he's had good
Williams
looks.
tried to hustle to save it, stepped on the baseline. Falcons ball. Yeah, he's had about 4 wide open looks that he's missed. He's 0 for 7 from deep in the second half, and he had 15 points in the first half, has not scored here in the second.
Yeah, it's usually rare when a guy has 15 points in the first half and just can't find a way to hit a bucket.
Keys almost traveled, but kept his pivot down. Mike McKinney, I think he's been the biggest difference in the game. Gets it to Stockton, fade away, can't get it to drop. Rebounded by Jesse Williams. There's still 3+ minutes left for Mendocino to get back in this one, only down by 10. Almost stolen. Off the foot of Jake Keys.
Looked like it went off of Kevin Charles' foot, but it'll stay on Mendocino's
play.
side.
That was
tough play.
So Falcons up 73-63 as Givens and Duran check out. Daniel Badger and Jamari Moss check back in. They work it into Jesse Williams. Goes up strong. Gets the shooter's roll with a touch. Cuts the 10-point lead down to 8. Mendocino picking up full court press. Keys gets it across. Stockton with the floater. Can't get it to drop. Rebounded by Mendocino. And that kills Solano taking those early shots. Leaves a lot of time on. Jesse Williams out of control. Fade away. Short. Bounces twice. Helped out Solano as it went right into Mike Stockton's hand. And Nagel is upset. You could hear him screaming, "Why are you shooting with 27 seconds on the shot clock?" And that's Mike Stockton, one of the sophomores on this team. Nagel busting out his Matt Borchert there.
Yeah. Well, it needed to be said. I mean, you're up 8 points in this game. You're getting good things when you move the ball around and use the shot clock a little bit. Solano was just jacking up shots too early. I agree with him, especially in a game like this where you've been controlling the pace. The last thing you want to do is take early shots and then give up transition buckets. So you got to make sure you move the ball around, try and get something nice, milk the shot clock down, and if anything else fails, take a good shot so your team can get back on defense and you don't give up anything easy on the other end. But it's been an interesting game, and that's why Nagel had to call the timeout. Get his team together, get the troops together, get everyone on the same page, and make sure that you just execute down the stretch.
And you get a look there at Mendocino's huddle with Billy Offill in his 4th year, running the helm for the Mendocino Eagles, trying to get his team to fight back. Down by 8, 2:41 left. We've seen crazier things. It's important for Solano to have good possessions and, more importantly, smart possessions. At least if you don't score, run the shot clock down. The clock's your best friend right now. And also, too, you're in the double bonus. So maybe penetrate, try and get some fouls, get some easy opportunities from the free throw line.
Exactly. Anytime you're in the double bonus and you're up in a game, you always want to swing the ball around until you have a good opportunity to take it to the hoop and hopefully force contact and get to the charity strike.
McKinney has it. Gets it across the half-court line with 3 seconds to spare. Nice spin move. McKinney goes up strong. Easy finger roll.
Now, you don't mind quick shots like that when you have a wide-open layup. Great job by McKinney taking it to the hoop.
Charles, 3. Second time he's got bailed out by a foul. The first one wasn't a foul on Gums. That one Duran ran into him. My mistake, Jamari Moss with the contact. That'll send Charles to the line for 3. And right there, just get your hand up.
Yeah, really, we haven't seen much attack mode from Kevin Charles. He's really kind of just stood around the three-point line and looked for the three-point opportunity. You would think he'd be penetrating a little bit more with the way he's able to score the ball.
Charles does have 20 points, but he's had to earn it tonight. Short on the first. Karam's out.
And he struggled a little bit on the second half from the free throw line also.
Knocks down the second.
Thing to remember also if you're Solano, the last thing you want to do is foul, because you want to keep the clock running and you don't want to give easy buckets to the other team.
Charles knocks down the third, so he makes 2 out of 3. Falcons up 75-67, 2:21 left. Jake Keys has it. He's got 5 seconds to get it across. Nice pass to McKinney. Mike McKinney with 13 for Solano. Nice crossover. Horrible decision. Tried to pass it inside. Stolen by Williams. So we're at the 2-minute mark. Falcons up by 8. Big possession for Mendocino. A 3 or even a 2 will make it a 2-possession game. Nice take inside with the left hand. Aaron James cuts it to a 6-point deficit. So a 2-possession game. 1:40 left here. Plenty of time for the Eagles. Jacob Keys loses it. And we're going to get a foul on Keys, so that will send Jacoby Williams to the charity stripe. 4-2 as the Falcons now in the double bonus, their 10th team foul. So the Falcons making this a lot more difficult than it should be.
That's a big play. The last thing you want to do is turn the ball over and then foul, because now you stop the clock, you send him to the free throw line, and now you put him in the double bonus, so anything from here on out is going to be 2 free throws.
Williams short on the first.
It's all looking bad till they miss a free throw.
And Jacoby Williams, 75% from the charity stripe this year. Second best percentage for Mendocino. So guy you want at the line right now, and short on the first. Knocks down the second, so Falcons up 75-70, 1:39 left. Laquan Gomes back in, gets the rock, gets it in the hands of Stockton. Jamari Moss gets it across the half-court line. Givens has it. Now you got to run that shot clock down. You got to bleed the clock out. Hopefully get a good look under 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Givens has it. A lot of Falcons just stand around right now. Jamari Moss almost travels. Laquan Gomes thought about it, pulls it out. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gomes takes it strong with the left. Perfect for head coach John Nagel there. You run the shot clock down, you take 28 of the 35 seconds off, you draw the foul, you send Gomes to the free throw line. The one problem, though, is Gomes only 59% from the free throw line, but he seems like a guy that likes these pressure situations.
Yeah. And Gomes is the one who made that play happen. Once he got the rock, dribbled it in the paint, dribbled it around a little bit, milked that shot clock down, saw an opening to the lane and took it and got to the charity strike.
Jesse Williams just fouled out. And he had himself a pretty good game for Mendocino. Jesse Williams finishes the night with 9 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. So Laquan Gomes at for 2. In and out on the first free throw attempt. And this is a big, big game for Solano. They cannot let this one slide. Gomes knocks down the second. 6-point lead for the Falcons. 65 seconds left. James takes it strong, finishes at the rim. Timeout called by Mendocino at the 1:02 mark. So a 4-point lead for Solano. Once again, though, you just got to run that 35-second shot clock. You run the whole 35 seconds off. You'll get it down to 37 seconds left.
Yeah, and
then at the end of the day, if you do that, Mendocino is going to have to hit a 3 or a 2, and they're going to have to force Solano to make their free throws to pull this one out.
we'll see what happens. So far, anytime Solano's taken a timeout, they've had good things happen. Nagel's drawn up some good things, and I think he's going to draw up a good play right here.
It's getting a little tense in here. You can basically hear a pin or a needle drop in this building.
To me, the two guys you got to give the rock to right now is, one, you got to give the ball to Givens. I think he's the one who can control the ball the best, and then give it to Gomes towards the end and let Gomes create by either penetrating, kicking, or finding someone for an open bucket. Let those two guys operate. And also I think Keys and the veterans, the sophomores, also you may want to swing the ball with, but those are the guys that should be having it at the end. Get the ball to Gomes, about 10 seconds left. Solano should be okay in this game. The one thing you can't do is turn it over in the half court. And you also don't want to foul. Because if you do turn over, you can't give them easy free throws. You got to at least make them earn it.
Or not just an easy free throw, but an easy lane coming down the other way. Watch out for Mike Stockton right here. Make a big play for Solano. Mike McKinney really carried the way. He's on the bench right now, so it'll be important for one of the 5 Falcons to carry the torch that Mike McKinney got him to this point. The 5 on the floor for the Falcons. Keys inbounded. Jamari Moss out there with Mike Stockton, Laquan Gomes, and the sophomore James Givens.
Definitely look for Givens to have somewhere to get the ball here.
Timeout called by Keys. Heads up play by Keys before the 5-second violation. You could see the head coach Billy Offbill for Mendocino wanted the 5-second call, but Keys got the TO before.
And he did a great job of drawing up the defense on that play, knew what the Solano guards were going to do, try and break from the outside after the screen. Both defenders stuck with their guy and forced Solano to take a timeout. We'll see if it hurts Solano down the road. If somehow Mendocino can tie this game, that timeout may hurt them, having to burn it.
So just a 30-second timeout. And it would have been a very dangerous pass for Keys, but he did have Jamari Moss breaking towards the basket. And if he just makes a good throw, that's an easy lay-in for Solano. Would you rather have an easy 2 early in the shot clock or just run the shot clock down?
You'd probably have to take the points.
Anytime,
you got to take the points when you can get them. Nice.
Stockton comes back to the ball. Keys has it. Givens has it. Wisely slows it down. And Givens steps on the sideline right in front of Coach Nagel and not... You got to be more aware right there, especially if you're a sophomore like James Givens. You got to know where your feet are.
That's why I don't coach. I thought Solano was set once they got Givens the ball.
Mendoza, 3. Charles, short. Gomes can't grab the rebound out of bounds. Solano is trying to make Nagel go gray in this one.
Horrible defense. I mean, 21. Charles had the wide open look.
Mendoza, 3, short, loose ball. Charles grabs it. 35 seconds left here, second half. Mendocino down by 4, loose ball. James has it, almost travels. Charles, 3, short. Stockton, rebound, foul. 2 free throws upcoming.
Charles has not been impressive this game. I mean, when I saw his stats, I was expecting a real scorer, but he really...
Well, we talked about it earlier. In the 8 wins for Mendocino, he's shooting 47% from the floor, 40% from deep. In the 6 losses for Mendocino, just under 20 points a game, 38% from the floor, 31% from deep. And we've seen the Charles in the 6 losses compared to the Charles we're used to seeing in the 8 wins.
You called it out perfectly because he's definitely not shooting over 40% from 3. I mean, he can't even hit rim on the last 2 threes. And
Stockton, nothing but net on the first, so the Falcons up 77-72, 25 seconds left. And the last 2 threes that Charles took, he rushed them.
Yeah, but the clock's ticking down. You're down 5. I mean, you got to take your opportunities when you're the best scorer on your team.
Stockton misses the second. 23 seconds left. Mendocino only down by 5. Don't need a 3, just need a bucket. 17 seconds left. Mendocino needs to put a shot up. 3 for James. Long. Rebound. Stockton gets fouled with 11 seconds left. And Coach Nagel's clapping. Eddie Wilson's clapping. The whole bench for Solano getting up and cheering. Mike Stockton with 2 big rebounds and gets a chance to really ice the game. Even if he misses both of these, Solano is sitting pretty here. Up by 5. 11 seconds left.
Big W for Solano. Looks like they're going to pull this one out tonight. A little shaky at the end, and they're lucky that Mendocino's best scorer, Kevin Charles, couldn't hit either of those threes. Would have been a little bit more scary, but good
Stockton
team
knocks
effort.
down the first. Falcons up by 6.
This is the exact type of team win you want for your team, especially when you're playing someone in your conference and in your division.
Stockton with the Falcon high, 16. Trying to make it 17. And that one rolls out. And stolen away. Jump ball. Falcons ball. What a play by Laquan Gomes. And that really is the icing on the cake.
That is the dagger.
I mean, that's a scary play. You don't want to get a foul there, and allow, even though it's a 6-point game. But you never want to stop the clock and allow the opposition a chance to score. But nice heads-up play by Gomes. Gets a tie-up. Falcons ball. Keys gets it in finally to Givens. 5 seconds left. Mendocino's going to just let the clock wind down, and the Falcons are going to pull out the hard-earned victory. Solano now 7-8 overall, evening up their BBC record at 2-2. The Mendocino Eagles fall to 8-7 and a 2-2 record. So, Jake, real quick, what was the most important thing you're taking out of this one?
Gotta love how it was a team win. Definitely had the 7 different players over 6 points, having guys like Stockton contribute, Badger off the bench. Can't also forget Jamari Moss and his contribution off the bench. Gomes and his play at the end. Givens had a solid game. I mean, the list goes on and on. Tim Moore also put in some good contribution, hit a couple threes. When you have Solano playing with a team effort and guys coming off the bench and bringing energy, you get good quality W's. That's what happened tonight. And really good job on the defensive side of the ball. I thought guys were rotating, didn't give up too much easy for Mendocino, and that's a wrap, folks.
Yeah, really, I thought Mike McKinney and Jamari Moss were the 2 big differences in this one.
McKinney was a huge contributor
Spark
also.
plug off the bench. 8
Really?
guys, the whole team.
The whole team put in, a good effort and contributed. And when you get that along with a good defensive effort, you usually get a W. And also, I thought Nagel had a really well-coached game, had some nice plays drawn up out of timeouts, was able to use timeouts to his advantage. So it was
and the
just a good
cameraman's
team
trying
effort.
to get the final score. It should say 78 under home,
Good
72
job.
under
Good
guest.
effort.
That is what the final score here is tonight. Mike Stockton leads the way, and scoring for Solano was 17. Mike McKinney and Jamari Moss, huge off the bench. Laquan Gomes made some big-time plays to get the Falcons evened up 2-2, and now 7-8 overall. Once again, thanks for checking out Solano College Sports Network. I'm Zach Poff. Thanks to JT Blaze, a.k.a. Jake Poff. We'll be back next Tuesday night, baby.